What is up, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all of you quarantined individuals? Thank you guys so much for showing up today. I'm going to go ahead and turn my volume down because I don't remember if I muted the video, the audio from the video. Let's see. Got to get through the ad first. You know how these reseller reviews go. There's always, okay, did I stop it? Stop. Live. Great. Okay. We're set. So guys, I'm here. This is technically an episode of Reseller Review. I didn't do the thumbnail or put in the title, but it is, and I'll update that later. And I'm interviewing today my friend Emily Conway. She's a relatively small content creator here on the YouTube platform, pretty new at both YouTube and reselling, but she is just hustling more than anybody else I see, pretty much. So I am honored that she is coming on the show today, and hopefully we get to know her a little bit better. So Emily, take it away. Tell people a little bit about you, where you're from, what you do. Obviously, we gave a little bit of hint in the title of the video, but just give everybody a quick autobiography about Emily Conway.
All right. Well, I started reselling about 8 months ago. So in July, my mom actually got me into reselling. She started right out the gate doing wholesale boxes and whatnot. So she's been trying to get me to do wholesale for a long time. I just haven't wanted to. She gave me like the seed of reselling basically, and then I went to just look it up and on YouTube, and here I am, basically. So like I first started watching Hustle at Home Mom, Rally Roots, and then I just fell down the rabbit hole, and I haven't quite gotten out of the rabbit hole since, and I'm now part of the rabbit hole. So yeah. So I started about 8 months ago, and I just love it. It's so good for me. As a stay-at-home mom, just you basically live for your children a lot of the times, like
Exactly.
snacks and food and like I love them to death. I really do. But yeah, reselling is great for me because I just felt like I wasn't making enough money at home, and I wanted something to do from home. I was actually doing sweepstakes for a while. So like that took a lot of time. You just enter a lot of sweepstakes. So I know all about this sweepstakes world, which is a whole nother story. So I was just like winning items all the time just for fun. But it just wasn't enough money. You can't just rely on like random wins, so like
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to do something that's sustainable. And my mom gave me that hint of reselling because my mom actually lost her job, and so she started just doing the wholesale. And she's been doing great now. She's doing awesome. And then I decided to do garage sailing, thrift stores, and that kind of thing. That's just like less risk for me. I don't like big risks like she does. She just
Exactly.
like, yeah, let's just, plop down hundreds of dollars. And I'm like, I don't know anything about those items, so like thrift stores are easy. I can comp them out and see like, okay, how much is it selling for and for how much and how often, so I can make a more calculated risk. So that's more where I'm at with it. So yeah, I've been doing it for that long, and I don't know. That's my reselling career so far.
For sure. So did you start YouTube like at the same time as reselling? Because I know it's pretty close, but I don't know if you did reselling for a couple months before you started the YouTube videos.
I've done kind of some YouTube videos. Like I did like just some cover songs just for fun. So like I have a couple of them in there. I actually have a playlist for anybody who wants to hear my singing. I have a playlist videos where Emily sings. So you can just go there and see my song videos. But I did some covers before reselling, but that's about it. I wasn't like very active on it on YouTube. So reselling basically got me active on YouTube.
That's awesome. So you're a stay-at-home mom with your own kids. I don't remember if I was reading the chat. Did you say that you also have like your babysitting job on the side where you watch even more kids? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally forgot that. But yeah, I was just talking about reselling. No, I also watch 2 kids from home. So I have 2 of my own kids, Asher and Isla. They're 4 and 2. And then I have 2 other kids that come every morning, Monday through Friday, from about 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I also watch them. So the next door neighbor lady is a single mom. She just needs a lot of help, so I'm here and I have an education in early childhood. So like she trusts me, and yeah, so I watched her kids, and then I basically do reselling at night. That's my schedule.
That's awesome. Let's see. Somebody said, can you turn her volume up or turn yours down a bit?
Mine up.
I don't know. I moved my mic away and I turned this thing. I don't know if this sounds better or does this even make a difference?
Can I even turn mine up from where I am?
I don't know. How does it sound to you guys? Let us know in the chat. Does it sound okay? I can turn my I can just step back. Does this sound better? I'm telling you, these reseller reviews, the technical difficulties, just
I know.
all the time. All the time. So I guess it sounds okay because nobody's saying anything bad.
I sound far away. Here, I'll yell. All right.
So with watching kids, watching your own kids, with watching the neighbors' kids as well. You said from like 7 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But I still see you reselling, and I still see you making a ton of YouTube videos. So how do you find the time to work everything into your schedule?
Well, you see, I actually have a video about how I do all that. So basically, I go hour by hour for my schedule. So I write out everything that I'm supposed to do that day. So I chunk out times for cleaning the house. I chunk out times for when I spend one-on-one time with each child. And I also chunk out time for YouTube. And then I also listen to YouTube videos in the background. That's how you see me in the chats, because you can kind of do cleaning and stuff like that kind of mindlessly sometimes. Mm-hmm. So that's how I'm on YouTube. And then I chunk out time basically for editing or shooting YouTube videos in the middle of the day, or sometimes I'll just do it at night. Like if I don't quite feel like listing, I might just do a YouTube video. That sort of thing. So I either do it in the middle of the day or I do it at night, but I have chunks of time for everything.
Awesome. So getting into reselling, going from not knowing anything about it to now having it be a pretty big part of your life. What are some mistakes that you've made early on that you have already learned from and are avoiding now?
Okay. So one big mistake is just like cutting corners on things. Like in the very beginning, okay, I thought that you could just like not measure and weigh things exactly the way they're supposed to be. Like stuff like that. Maybe it's just, who I am as a person. I'm like, man, it's good enough. You know what I mean? But no, that's not the case at all. And also like shipping problems, not shipping things the correct way, or double boxing things that you should be double boxing, that kind of thing. Definitely some bad pickups in the beginning. Like I'm so happy to see some of my newer listings go, especially because of the pictures. Like they're just really dark and I'm like, what was I thinking? Like not a lot. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, this is good enough. It's all dark and horrible looking. And so I still don't like exactly how my pictures are. Like I have goals now. Like I know what it's supposed to look like. Because in the beginning, I just didn't have many standards for myself in terms of like, it should be this brightness or, that. So there's a lot of really bad listings in my eBay store.
Yeah, I think a lot of new resellers, like they unfortunately combine those two mistakes, like picking up less than ideal items to flip and then not doing a great job of actually listing them, like with bad pictures or bad descriptions. And it's really just a lack of experience, which is why I often tell like new resellers, like don't go crazy buying stuff right now. Just, buy 2 or 3 things, get those listed and watch a lot of videos, learn how to do things properly. You don't want to get all excited, like sell 1 or 2 things, get excited and go buy 100 more pounds of stuff at the bins because you don't really know what you're doing yet. So, whoops.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a process. Everybody, even if you take some time to do research and watch videos before getting into reselling, you're still going to make bad buys. I make bad buys all the time. I made a mistake today. I had a Wii system. I'd sold 3 Wiis yesterday, and I had a Wii today, and I was going to sell the whole, like with the cords and everything. The Wiis I sold yesterday were just the units by themselves, and I was originally pricing it at $60 free shipping. And I was like, I don't want to do free shipping. I'll change it to $49 plus calculated shipping. So about the same price. I just wanted to protect myself from somebody in Hawaii or something buying it. So I changed the price to $49, but I didn't change the shipping from free to calculated, and it sold in like 30 minutes. So just really unfortunate. I mean, a loss of like $15 or something. So I'm still making a little bit of profit. I got the Wii super cheap, but I've been reselling for like a year and a half, and that was today. So definitely not a professional, definitely learning something new every day. And everybody just makes those careless mistakes, so no shame in that at all. We just gotta learn, we just gotta.
It's so funny. Actually, my first reselling experience, I just bought a bulk box. Just I had no idea what I was doing.
I have not gotten into that yet, doing the bulk or the thread up rescue boxes or whatever they're called. I don't know.
She's like, you should do one, and I'm like, okay. And I had no clue. I think I probably like made my money back, I think, So anyways.
See, stuff like that. I don't know. I know that if you want to scale a reselling business to get to where you're really making some serious money, you've got to get into the wholesale and the replenishables and things like that. But I just really like the individual items, like buying one item that I know I can make a profit on. I don't want to buy in bulk for the most part. If I'll buy in bulk, if everything I buy is profitable, but like buying store return pallets or mystery boxes, it's just not what I want to do,
Yeah, I could see if it was like your primary income, like this is what I need to do to survive.
Mm-hmm.
But like, thrifting is just so fun, like finding
it is,
and just seeing that. Like one time I found a little thing of shampoo. It was discontinued and it sold for $80, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's just like that feeling is amazing.
Yeah, it is. And I think that's why so many people get into reselling. It's the thrill of the hunt, just looking at over a thrift store and finding something for $1 and you sell it for $100. It's exciting. Anybody would be excited on that. The trick is to figure out a way to do that full time, and be consistent, because you're not going to find stuff like that all the time. Guys in the chat, let us know. A couple of you guys are already saying this, but let us know some of the mistakes you made when you first started reselling. I see Amber Licious says she says, I keep making dumb purchases. For me, the dumb purchases happen when I'm like on a roll. Like if I've like bought 3 or 4 things at thrift stores and they've all been good, I lose my sense of like, I don't know, pickiness. I'm like, oh, okay, buy, get in that buying mood, and I find something that I can make $5 or $10 on, and I'll buy it. Whereas if I had gone into the thrift store without, that selling fever that I just gave myself, I wouldn't have bought that. Mm-hmm. So, and the other good thing about reselling is even with bad buys, most of the time we can at least make our money back. We're never going to take a huge loss on anything, as long as you're, not maybe you buy an Amazon return pallet for $1,000 and everything's broken and nothing's sellable. But if you're doing the thrift store and yard sale sourcing method, it's pretty hard to lose any significant amount of money.
Yep.
Let's see. So let me do some fun lightning round questions, just randomly sprinkled in here. So number 1, do you prefer texting or talking?
Definitely texting.
Definitely texting. Why? I've heard you say in the past that you're an introvert. Is that why?
I'm extremely introverted of me because, I don't want to call the doctor's office.
Can you call and make my appointment for me?
Yeah, I'll do it, but I'll be like, okay, I gotta like think about it, and I gotta like, it's just so. And my husband's just like, just do it.
Just do it. It's fine. What is your
better in writing? But yeah.
What is your current favorite song?
My favorite song? Well, that's an impossible question, but I did just do a cover on Talk to Me by Cavetown. And so Cavetown has been my favorite band lately. and Talk to Me has been my favorite. So I just did a cover. If you want to go see, I really think it could be better, but I'm sure you guys all like it.
I thought it was great. I watched it
Okay.
today. Guys, Emily is a great singer. I think the first one I saw you do was Creep, and that was in like
Yeah.
your 100 subscriber video or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was very good. I was surprised. I was surprised at how good it was. So
Thank
definitely go check out her singing stuff.
Like I said, I made a playlist because people, everyone's like, you should sing more. But you know what? You can go to my playlist.
Go to the playlist. Phoenix Flippers, yeah. Matt, I just put a link to Emily's channel in there. I have her channel linked in the description of the video as well. So if you guys have not yet, be sure to go over and subscribe. She's going to get to 1,000 subscribers soon. She's, like I said, she's still new, but you've done like, I feel like you've done like 80 or 90 videos so far.
I don't really know.
It's a lot. And they're not just like thrift hauls and stuff. Like you make really good videos about like teaching people about things. Like you made a video about shipping on Facebook Marketplace and like videos that actually are providing value to the community. And I don't feel like you're getting enough attention for what the amount of work and hustle you're doing, which is why I'm having you on the show today. So if you guys have it in your heart and there's nothing else to do, please go over to Emily Conway's channel and hit subscribe, like all of her videos, and check out her singing because she's a really good singer.
Aww.
All right, so let me look at some of these mistakes you guys are sharing with us. Why is my computer has been a little slow here. Okay, Angie Resell says biggest mistake not jumping on Amazon FBA 15 years ago when it was just a bookstore. Yeah, that's a pretty big mistake. But I mean that's more like a, it's not really a mistake. That's just something that hindsight would say was a good idea. But definitely, if you would have done that and you could have got grandfathered in on a lot of this stuff that most people are gated on, you can do very, 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 very well on Amazon FBA. Look at a guy like Resell Rabbit. I think he's been on FBA for a while, and he's grandfathered in on a lot of stuff, and he does very, very well. God, why is my chat being so slow here?
It's definitely slow on my end, I think too. But yeah. It always is for me, so I don't know.
Let's see. Is the guys, real quick in the chat, let me know if you can see and hear us okay, or if it's buffering or something on your side. Just want to make sure everything's good to go. My internet is very fast. I upgraded. Here's a quick tip off topic for you. I had like regular internet, and then I went to the Spectrum store and asked to upgrade, and I was really nice, and they upgraded me for free for a whole year. Same price I was paying for the internet. It's literally 4 times faster now for free. So be nice to people, and sometimes you can get free stuff.
Yeah, it never hurts to ask either.
Never hurts to ask. All right, so let me get back. Yakov Benz. Yakov. Yeah, that's the guy that was in my stream yesterday. He said he bought a bat, and when he got home, he noticed it had 3 cracks.
Oh,
so yeah, bats. I've noticed cracks. I've noticed it looks, when you buy a bat, a lot of people hit rocks with it, and they just like ruin the paint and dent it all up. So definitely got to check bats for cracks. And that's something I think baseball bats are something really profitable that a lot of people talk about. But if you aren't a baseball player, you may not know what a good condition bat is, especially to tell if it's like still hot, if it's dead or not. That's something that, if you don't have experience in that industry, you just wouldn't know. So good tip there. Let me see. Winter Dodd said she's gotten murdered on shipping. I've underguessed weight so many times I was not able to get to the post office when they were open. So I use the kiosk and they have limited options. Yeah, I think that's a pretty common mistake. People underestimating the weight of an item. I did it very recently, like a month ago on a VCR. Luckily, I still profited pretty good. But my opinion, anything over 2 pounds, I would make sure to weigh, like actually put in a box and weigh before you put the item for sale, because you never know who buys it. You never know how much it can actually cost.
Flippin' Flamingo said buying hair bows and hair bands, thought for sure they'd move. And I did that too with backpacks around school season, but it was just like a little bit over, so like nobody cared about them anymore. So
yeah,
I'm like, I'll buy all the backpacks and make tons of money.
Yeah, it's, with reselling, like sometimes you have to take chances. Like if you think a certain product may be hot in the future and you think you're ahead of the curve and you can buy it out, maybe you'll make a lot of money. But for the most part, I think for most of the time, you're probably going to end up with a bunch of stuff that you can't resell. So I don't know. It's sometimes you got to take gambles. If you get a good price, maybe it's cool. And backpacks have a season, so you'll probably be able to unload them next school year, if there is a next school year. Maybe school will be canceled forever. Who knows?
Right? They don't need backpacks if we're all homeschooling.
Exactly. And I like buying stuff like that that has some seasonality to it. Like I know a lot of resellers that get Christmas decorations, January, and they just put them in a storage unit until October, November, and they double or triple their money. So it's cool to have some capital saved up to where you can afford to invest in items like that, invest in those longer tail items that will sell eventually. But I think for a lot of new sellers, we need to focus on those quick flipped items and build our businesses as fast as we can.
Yeah, one different expectation I had too was how fast things sell, because I'm just like, I need to make a sale like right now. Like I posted it, when's it gonna sell? And like it's just like some things take time, and that's okay. You don't need to lower your prices. You don't need to do anything. Some things just take longer to sell, and I just like had this vision of just making instant sales. So I've definitely turned past that.
And if you start your reselling business and like watch other content creators, like sometimes we say like how long things took to sell, but I think it can seem a lot easier than it is. But like you said, you don't want to drop your prices so low just to get a quick sell. I sold this hat a couple weeks ago. It was for like the Colorado Silver Bullets or something, and I looked it up when I bought it, and it was for like a women's professional baseball team back in like the 70s or 80s or something. So really niche down, but really rare, because I think they were only a team for like 2 years.
Wow.
And I had it listed for $49.99 for over a year, and it finally sold for full asking price. So, I don't think I ever got any offers, but if I would have listed it for $15 or so just to move a hat out, it probably would have sold a lot quicker, but I would have missed out on $35 in profit.
Yeah, I think on eBay too, having watchers or like likes helps you to be like, okay, it's a good item. I should keep it at that price, a little bit. So yeah, but if there's like no like traction or no views, I'm like, oh, okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna check the chat here. Oh yeah, the Nurse Flipper says $1 free shipping. I did sell a t-shirt for $1 free shipping. I'm so sorry. It's things like that just happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do some other. Here's a good question. Interesting question. A little bit about your personality. I feel like your personality is like a lush rainforest underneath your skin, and we got to get that to sprout out a little bit. So, would you rather be able to speak every language in the world, or be able to talk to animals?
Definitely every language in the world.
Except animals.
I actually went to college for teaching English as a second language. I got my bachelor's in that. So
Awesome.
like I actually taught students from all types of countries and all over the place. I taught them here in the United States, It's not like I went traveling or anything crazy like that, but like yeah, I loved getting to learn about different cultures and learning little phrases in other languages just to feel like, I'm cool or something. So like I definitely would want to know all the languages. Plus, like it gives you such an advantage,
Yeah, you can get any job you want. I think most governments have I know the UK has a translator in their government that's fluent in like 8 languages.
Yeah.
And to be fluent, I mean, he has to practice like every day, and that's his job, is just to be a translator. So it's definitely some good opportunities in that. Nicola Miller in the chat has asked several times if we are going to date. And Nicola, we are both married to our own spouses. So no, we're not going to date. But Emily is a very wonderful woman, and any guy would be lucky.
Oh.
She asked it like 3 times. I'm like, Nicola, why are you so concerned? Joey Bada Bing says he wants to talk to animals. Yeah, man. I think it'd be pretty cool to talk to animals. What job?
Hey, listen,
I'm listening.
I have toddlers, and they're pretty close to animals, I would say. Okay. And I thought that when my son was 1 year old, when he couldn't talk yet, I'm like, I can't wait for him to talk, right? But like now all he wants is snacks, 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 snacks. I can tell you your animal probably just wants snacks.
Probably.
I know you think that they're real deep, but no.
But I don't know. I mean, we're getting off topic here, but I'm really curious about animals because sometimes I'll look at Mose. For those of you who don't know, Mose is my dog. It's a golden retriever. And like physically and like biologically, I know he's just an animal. You know, he's like, I don't think there's too much going on out there. But I mean, it's just so interesting how animals have personalities and like character traits. And when I see like wild animals like squirrels or deer or something like playing, you know, I'm just like, so like, it just makes me think that animals have a little bit more going on up there than we give them credit for sometimes, especially smart animals like dolphins and chimpanzees and stuff. So I don't know.
Dogs are just like love. I'm echoing.
What is your most favorite animal?
My favorite animal. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to say dolphins.
I just said dolphins.
Really?
Yeah, we were talking about the smartest animal, but dolphins are cool. That's fine. That's fine. I was just expecting.
I guess dolphins, because like I like a lot of like made up animals, like Furbies and like stuffed animals. And
Furbies aren't made up animals. Furbies are toys.
I know, but they're not real. So I'm like, that's a real animal.
So, I would think Furbies are like an owl. Like they stand like an owl, but they look more like a guinea pig, I guess.
But I like creepy, cute stuff. I don't know. So if it's creepy and it's cute at the same time, somehow that's what I like.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Dolphins can be very mean.
They can? One thread at a time? I've always thought dolphins were super nice.
Gremlins, yes, gorgeous. Gremlins are awesome. She knows my number.
Let's see. Here's an interesting one. Fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is
talented.
Talented? Okay.
I really like her. I like her music a lot.
Okay. I remember the old days when Taylor started out as a country music artist.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And then she switched to pop or whatever. I'm like, I think that's a pretty good move. I think starting in country to like get her feet under, you know, it's like working in the minor leagues and then going into pop. And I think she's maintained, you know, she's never had any scandals or anything like that I know of, other than
I think that she's just super talented. Like no matter what her genre, like she can just like own it, you know, and like do a good job. I guess she's just gonna stay really good at what she does. Kind of like, in my opinion, I think Justin Timberlake has been like really good all throughout his career as well, like everything he's done. And I think Taylor's similar. So
I can see that. Justin Timberlake has been more successful than everybody else he's worked with for the most part. Like back in, was he in NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? I don't remember. NSYNC. And he's done a good job on his brand. You know, I talked with my friend Bob the other day in our video about building your brand. And Taylor Swift, Justin Timberlake, all those people have really focused on their brand. Like even if it's not so much in just music or wasn't Taylor in a movie? Wasn't she in the Cats movie or something recently?
Really? I didn't know.
She was in a movie.
I thought that Cats movie, like I like creepy stuff, but that's just like too far.
Yeah, I didn't.
For me.
I don't know how they got Idris Elba. I think he was in that movie. I was like, how much do they have to pay him to be in that movie? That's so weird.
I think these actors like really like doing Broadway. So like you'll get unexpected actors do like these crazy Broadway shows. Like, you know, like, they just loved that play and inspired them or something like that. So yeah.
What is your favorite like series? Like, so we got Harry Potter, we got Twilight, we got Hunger Games. What's your favorite series?
Does it have to be movies?
It doesn't have to be, no.
Well, The Office.
The Office. That's a good answer.
Sure. That's like the only thing I watch, to be honest with you. So if I'm not working, I'm watching The Office. Literally. So.
I see my wife and I go through different phases. Like we just finished Downton Abbey like a couple weeks ago, and then we'll try out other shows, and then usually twice a year we'll just start The Office over. And now anytime we're watching TV, it's The Office. I think we're on like season 6 already. So it's getting up there. I think we're right before Joe gets overtaken by Robert California,
Oh, okay.
which is I just
Oh, Michael just left in mine.
yeah. Michael just left like 2 episodes ago. Yep.
Yeah. DLJ. I always pronounce your name in my head. I always say DLJ Frompa. I don't know why. But Dale, I've definitely seen Parks and Rec, and I love it like almost as much as The Office. So
It's a different kind of humor. I think it's a more
yeah.
universal type of humor.
Mhm.
But The Office was very risky when it came out. Like there was no other show like it. I think it was the first NBC like sitcom show that didn't have a live audience watching, with the laugh track and all that stuff.
Oh,
So it was the first of its kind. And now, Parks and Rec is basically the exact same format, as written by the same people. And people like it. I mean, people definitely like it.
yeah, that's from the same creators, which is helpful too, So like
Yeah.
go ahead and make something new with a whole new cast, and they did a fantastic job because Amy Poehler is amazing. She's so talented. So
Yeah.
like her be the lead. It's just an awesome show all around. When I first watched The Office, I was like kind of like, wow, this is kind of offensive, like, but like you just learn to love it so much. I don't know, like
Yeah.
Michael Scott gets so much better throughout the series, and you just learn to love him. But yeah, I think in the beginning they were trying to be like the British version a lot,
Mhm.
like way too like bleak a little
It
bit.
was like almost a word for word copy. Like the script and the
Oh, really?
storyline are all pretty much like 95% word for word, which I
I tried
thought was interesting.
it a couple times. I'm like, I can't be a true Office fan unless I watch, and I could not do it.
Yeah, the US version is way, way better. And for those of you who say things like, I tried watching the first 2 episodes of The Office and I just don't get it. You have to get through the first season. The first season is 6 episodes and it's not great. It's not something that's going to catch your attention. So I would recommend starting in season 2 and maybe get halfway through that and then go back and watch season 1. I don't think you'll have a hard time understanding what's going on, and it's much more likely that you'll actually enjoy it.
Exactly. Same with Parks and Rec, actually. The first season even wasn't even that fantastic, but they hit their stride in the second one.
Yeah.
All the cast came together, and it just was awesome.
DLJ from Frumpa. Favorite Office episode. What is your favorite Office episode?
Scott's Tots.
Scott's Tots. That's
just because hates it.
Because why?
Because everybody hates it.
I've heard that a lot of people hate the dinner party episode when Jim and Pam and Andy and Angela go over to Michael and Jan's. Fun fact about that episode is that it was written at the time of the writer's strike in Hollywood. So I don't know who wrote it, but it was a hard time. And I actually love that episode. Like, I think it was great, but
that was the best episode. Like one of the best. Like
Scott's Tots. It was. Yeah. I think
it's widely believed that the dinner party is like the pinnacle,
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's my favorite though. It's just really good. I do want to shout out RV Limited Flipper. Sorry, man, you gave a $4.99 super chat a couple minutes ago. Keep posting these great resellers, Josh. We appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that, especially in these trying times. YouTube is much less fruitful for me this month than it was January and February. So super chats are super appreciated now. And then we got another super chat from Miranda Brown. Hello, Miranda. $4.99 super chat. Thank you for hosting this awesome live, Josh. I greatly appreciate all of your videos. I learned a lot from you. My pleasure. I do not know a lot, but I share what I can. And if it's helpful for you guys, that's awesome.
Tina Wholesale Hunter is my mom.
Oh, Tina Wholesale. Tina. Where is she?
She's the one who got me into reselling.
So we wouldn't be here. You literally wouldn't be here without Tina.
Yeah, in many ways.
Many ways. So where is she from? She doesn't live.
I'm in Syracuse, New York. She lives an hour and a half away. It's this tiny little town called Casterland. So
Casterland.
yeah, it's a very small town. Like it's up north, like upstate New York, like
Okay.
lots of deer and hunting and all that kind of thing. I'm more in the city of Syracuse, so yeah, it's a lot different up there.
I'm laughing. DLJ Frumpa says, "Good luck paying for that on your $0 a year salary, babe." That's for those of you that don't know, that's a quote from The Office, from the dinner party episode.
Yeah.
You really just got to watch it. And I know for a fact that Emily Conway is a hardcore Office fan because she posts some of the most vague Office references ever. I get them. I get every one of them. I'm like,
I know you do.
that's hardcore. That is so hardcore.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV. I just don't. So like when I do, I just like what I like. I'm very like particular. I only like this certain thing. Like that's just kind of how I am. I don't know. So like I'll just like The Office. That's what I like. When I get so sick of it that I literally have to puke anytime I look at it, then I'll stop. But like I'm not there yet, and I've watched it. I can't even tell you how many times. So make all the Office references you want in my comments. I will love all of them.
I'm going to go out of my way to do that. Phoenix Flippers is starting the song by Hunter. You took me by the hand, made me a man. That one night. Guys, I'm telling you, I actually, I don't have the CD, but I have the song downloaded, the actual song. Like, I guess it's Made Me a Man or whatever. And it actually hits. Like, I love that song. I'll jam out to it, sing it super loud. Haley's embarrassed, but that's my jam.
That's amazing.
Oh, let's see. That song. Okay, so I think we're caught up in the chat. Oh wait, Twistina Thriftina says, "I'm jealous people not." Okay, we're talking about working. So a lot of Office fans in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of quotes from that episode.
Super interested in my lipstick. I've seen like 3 comments now.
Oh yeah, Joey. Okay, tell Joey about your lipstick.
Yeah, I don't know how many colors I have, but I definitely want more. Like I tried to get some yellow lipstick and I was going to totally be rocking that in my videos, but it just didn't show up yellow enough. So I'm gonna have to go hardcore Jeffree Star, get that yellow lipstick on there. But yeah, I have tons of lipsticks. So that's just been my thing lately. For a long time it was nails, so I had different nail colors and stuff like that. Yeah, like I love my lipsticks. But basically I got them on Amazon as cheap as I could because it's whatever, you know. But I like all the different colors.
Got your mom, Tina Wholesale Hunter, $7. She said, "Go in." Aw, thanks, Tina.
Oh, like okay, it was about December, Christmas time when you gave my mom just like I don't know some money because she was like struggling. And doing awesome now, and we're so appreciative of that still. Like just a few people like donated to her, and it just like it totally got her business back on its feet, and like she's been doing great ever since. So yeah.
Sure. It's my pleasure. You know,
I'm like I'm gonna watch Harry Tornado all the time. He donated to my mother. You know, like that's legit. You know what I mean? So
I try to spread the love when I can. You know, times like this, I think we're all struggling a little bit. So I talked about in the video the other day. I think we should all get together and try to create an artificial shortage of used clothing and shoes or whatever the most of us sell. And then just spread the word, post it on your Facebook group, said, "Hey guys, I've heard all the thrift stores are closing, so you're not gonna be able to get used shoes or clothes anywhere but on eBay." So I know Emily Conway sells some used clothing, Harry Tornado sells some used shoes and stuff. So you guys better hurry up and go buy them because they're gonna run out eventually. That's what happened with toilet paper. There wasn't an actual need or shortage of toilet paper, and people just spread it. And you start buying stuff, people panic, and then they, you know, I don't think it's gonna work, but the logic is there.
Geez, I need to like go buy toilet paper just in case, you know, like because everyone else is panicked already. So yeah.
It's how's it in New York? You're not close to New York City, so I don't know how the coronavirus is affecting you in Syracuse. Is it Syracuse?
I pronounce it Sarah, like the
Sarah.
But like other people
Syracuse.
say Syracuse, and I just think it, whatever. I'm not gonna show,
Syracuse.
but I say Sarah.
Syracuse.
Yeah. So
How is the coronavirus up in Syracuse?
I I just got a little notification as we were doing this saying that there's been a third case of it. So it's not insane, but like this past week was our first case of it here where we are. And
Mhm.
it was one old elderly woman, I believe. And then, or maybe that's New York City. Maybe it's not an elderly woman. It's just some lady here in Onondaga County. And then her husband got it. And so now there's a third one somewhere. I haven't looked into the details of that, but that's basically it for here. But
Mhm.
yeah, they're obviously shutting everything down, just like everywhere else, I'm sure. And yeah, so my Goodwills have shut down now. There's a local thrift store that I don't know if they're gonna shut down soon or not. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll just see. Like I don't have a ton of inventory right now either. Like maybe I have more than I think I do. Like if I just like look, like I think that I'm toward the end of my Ninja Turtles haul, which my husband had this massive, massive collection of Ninja Turtles, and I've
Mhm.
made $1,000 off of that at least. Like it's been
So
insane.
I wanted to ask you about that. I remember
Yeah.
you selling it, but I don't remember how you got it. Was that just his collection?
Yes. So he was a meticulous Ninja Turtles collector as a kid.
Mhm.
It just never crossed our mind to like we didn't have them. His mom held them onto them for the longest time, and she actually parsed out all of them with all of their parts and pieces. And like some of them, if they have their parts and pieces, like there's I don't even know how many figurines we had, but we had tons, and some of them, like a good chunk of them, went for like $50 each. Um,
Uh-huh.
so it's been amazing. I've been a spoiled brat with this haul. Like it's just like the bigger things, like the play sets, were basically complete. Like almost everything was complete. There was like a couple incomplete figurines, but most of them were complete. And so it's just been insane sales. Like February was just like Ninja Turtles all the time, all day, every day, which has its positives and negatives. Like it's just
Yeah,
you're looking at your turtles and figurines all day. Like you just, yeah. But I did go sourcing somewhat, but it was just a lot of selling these. So I just have gotten out of my like sourcing groove because of that a little bit. And now, like, the plague or whatever. So, like, I just feel so like weird about like I haven't sourced in a while, except for the Thrift 30 challenge. My challengers are out there too. But yeah. So, anyways, the big play sets, one of them sold for like $200, just the one, and I
mhm.
five of them. You know what I mean? Like it's just yeah. So we've made good money on that. I have like I'm actually doing a what sold video today at 2. So that's gonna premiere, and then you guys can see more about like what kind of things sold and whatnot. But yeah, it's been a crazy sales month. Like February was really good. So actually, maybe we're like doing pretty good, in terms of like I sold a lot last month. So then maybe I can hang on, this month while it's kind of slow. So yeah.
For sure. So did you have to convince your husband to let go of that nostalgia that he had in that collection?
A little bit. We didn't actually know how much anything was going to go for when he decided that I could do it. Like, he definitely had an attachment to them, but he said, you know what, you take really good pictures. I'll just hang on to the pictures and that'll be enough. I don't need these items. So he was actually pretty ready to let them go. So I was just like, yes,
Yeah.
I just love selling things too. So like, it just was a dream. It was literally like I would post something and like 5 people would make offers like instantly, and it was just like the best ever. But now it's basically all done. So it's just like so bittersweet.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes my camera. Cool.
Whoops. So here's another fun question for you. If you could go back in time to any time period, either any time period, I guess, I don't know. When would it be and why?
Probably the 80s. I know it's not like super adventurous because it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
But everybody was happy in the 80s. Everybody was hanging out, and just being in real life and not the digital age, and people were rich, people had lots of money.
Mhm.
So, and I think it was just a happy time. Like I was born in the 90s, so I don't actually know what the 80s are like. I know everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, you're a baby," but so I'm just hanging on for the, just waiting. But yeah, the 80s would have been amazing.
I think the 80s would be pretty good too. I've always liked like the 50s, like where people are just hanging out at the drive-ins and
Milkshakes all day,
just drinking milkshakes and eating hamburgers all day long.
That's right.
Going down to the county fair that happens all the time. Apparently it's just 24/7 county fair.
Poodle skirts. Well,
Poodle skirts, yeah.
you would be like in the leather jacket, right?
Yeah, hair slicked back.
Yeah.
talking like Steve from Pick and Roll. Hey, yeah. How you guys doing? Amberlicious says 20s for me. 20s were good. The Spanish flu ended, and the Great Depression ended. Imagine living in the tens of the teens.
Yeah.
Titanic, Spanish flu, stock market crash. Well, the stock market crashed in the 20s, didn't it? It's like 20. I don't know. Just that time. There was in the period of like 10 years. That's a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, I know. I guess like the styles were really cool, and like movies were happening for the first time. I don't. Now we're getting into history, and so.
I didn't know that. Share with me some facts, some weird facts that you have stored in your brain that you thought you would never be able to tell anybody because you thought they would be completely useless.
Weird facts in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question.
You got something in there. Dig down.
I gotta think. I'm so bad at this.
So let me try to think of one to see if it's as hard as I think it is.
Weird facts in my brain. That's just so broad, I think.
Weird facts. I used to work at KFC, and they don't make their biscuits. Their biscuits are frozen, and they just heat them up. That's pretty. Most restaurants do make their biscuits. I think even McDonald's makes their biscuits. Chick-fil-A makes their biscuits. Hardee's makes their biscuits, or Carl's Jr., whatever you have. But KFC, famous for their biscuits, they don't make them, and their mashed potatoes are powdered. So
that's okay. I guess I worked at McDonald's. Well, since we're going into like fast food,
we could go with that.
McDonald's and their eggs are the smallest eggs I've ever seen. It's bizarre. And they have like little molds you put the egg in to make it that perfectly round shape. Mm-hmm. But they're tiny. I've never seen eggs that small in my life before.
They probably don't give them time to grow. That's the first egg the chickens lay, and they're like, all right, let's go. Come on. KND Flip says, I have a lot of useless knowledge and trivia using up valuable brain real estate. Let us know. Let us know some fun facts.
I'm really bad at trivia.
Twistina Thriftina says, it's hard to say what year I would choose to go back. When you go too far back, equal rights didn't exist. That's true. Everything aside, I would like that. There's some comedian that saying like, I forget who it was. Maybe it was Jim Gaffigan. I don't know. But he was talking about like, if you're an African-American, you need to watch out with time machines. You don't want to go back too far, unfortunately. But yeah, not counting the, segregation and even going back further with like women's rights and stuff, putting that aside, just looking at the culture overall of the 20s. I think the 20s were cool. I think the 50s were cool. I don't really know anything about the teen, like 1900 to 1910. Nobody ever talks about that.
Yeah.
Like no styles are associated with that. Like we just start in the 20s and go forward. So I don't know.
Proof.
Phoenix Flipper says Jim is so funny. Yeah, Jim Gaffigan's probably one of my favorite stand-up comedians, just because he's pretty clean, but he's also really funny. Like it's really hard to be funny and clean.
Exactly. Like if you're just relying on non-clean stuff all the time, it just comes off as kind of lazy. Yeah. Like if you can do it without all the nastiness, like it's like, wow, like that takes a lot of thought and
Yeah. That's why I like The Office. Like The Office, I think The Office has a cuss word like every like 8 episodes, and they're all perfect. Like
they're really well played.
Yeah, it's like they know, it's like, okay, guys, we have one curse word per season, so we got to make sure we use it at the very perfect spot, and they do such a good job of it. It's always like takes you by surprise, and everything's bleeped out, you know, on Netflix. But it's just, you know what they're saying. But it's taking advantage of the comedic factor of like the shock factor that a cuss word gives, which is what makes it funny to for most people. But they just do it in a very classy way. One of my favorite parts about The Office. Thinking about what?
I'm thinking of some of those references right now, but
yeah, me too. We can't talk about them. So we watched the episode the other day where Michael, he's like leaving, and they sing the song 986,000 minutes.
Yes.
And that was actually not like, Steve didn't know about that. Like Steve Carell, he was just in there, and they just started singing. So all of his, when he's actually crying and stuff, that's real. And it's so sweet. So sweet. Yeah.
I totally thought the same thing when I was watching, because I literally watched that yesterday. I think I haven't got to Robert California yet though, so I'm still at Will Ferrell. When he comes in it, my husband loves Will Ferrell in that series. Like, he loves his role. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I think everybody hates Will Ferrell because he takes Michael's place.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Will Ferrell as the Office boss. Like, D'Angelo just. I mean, he was funny, but I'm very glad he didn't last like a whole season or something. Robert California is, I love the character of Robert California, but James Spader, who plays him, that's the only character he can play. He's kind of like Christopher Walken. Like, his only character is just like the genius that nobody really knows what's going on. You know,
I love him in The Office though. It's hilarious.
Phoenix Flippers says, my kid's favorite episode is the one with William Buttlicker. Buttlicker, our prices have never been lower.
Very short appearance, yeah.
Very short. Oh, man.
My mom keeps mentioning, she mentioned when I was younger and how I pretended that I didn't know how to do the dishes, so she wouldn't ask me to do it. So
my wife thinks that I do a bad job of putting dishes in the dishwasher, not on purpose. I just don't care about it. And she's like, you just do a bad job just so I won't ask you to do it anymore. I'm like, I don't do that on purpose, but now I realize it's a really good idea.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I actually do know how to work the dishwasher, but like with folding towels, she doesn't want me to fold towels because I don't do it right. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You can fold the towels.
Tell me like I'm doing it wrong, and then he would step in.
Yeah. DLJ Frumpa says James Spader was perfect for his role in The Blacklist. Yes, I've watched everything, all the seasons of The Blacklist up to what is currently on TV. I have to wait for that to get on Netflix, but The Blacklist is a great show. Man, James Spader is fantastic in that. I couldn't imagine anybody else playing Raymond Reddington. Miranda Brown says she hates how her husband loads the dishwasher. I don't understand. It's like, I think women just want to like make sure they're taking up the most space in the dishwasher, and men are just like, the less dishes it takes for me to load this, the quicker I can turn it on, and then I've got like 2 hours where I don't have to worry about the dishes. Like, I can't do anything. Dishwasher's running.
I have everything organized. I parse out each kind of dish before I even start doing the dishes. So I'll do like, okay, I'm going to do all my silverware, and that's going to go in its spot, and then, you know, like, that's how I do it. So, but I don't have a dishwasher, so I just like do them by hand.
I do some by hand, but I don't know. Our problem is we run out of silverware before we fill everything else in the dishwasher up. We probably just need more silverware.
Is it okay if my son comes down for a second?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Float Down Flip says, I am the dishwasher.
I will in a minute. Here.
Hello, son.
You want to come say hi for a second? Yeah. This is Asher.
Hello, Asher.
He doesn't see you because there's the chat. Hold on.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Hello, Asher. I like your hat.
He's going to be quiet and stare at you.
Oh, sick. Yeah, anytime kids are being loud, just tell them that they're on YouTube, and then they get all camera shy. Just pull your phone out and be like, all right, this is not my phone, but you're on YouTube. And they'll instantly, they stop.
You done? Okay. He's just going to hang out, I guess.
That's fun. Asher, I have a question for you.
Come
If
close.
you could be best friends with any animal, what would it be?
Nothing.
Nothing. Wow, that's pretty good.
What's your favorite animal? See, he's just like me.
I don't know.
He doesn't know yet, he says.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, think about it and let me know. Okay.
Gotta like research it and he's gotta figure it out.
RV Limited Flipper says, bring Mose in and we will have the cutest live on YouTube.
Aw.
He is sleeping. Mose has been taking quarantine pretty great. He's just snoozing away. And he is not. I ate some of these Ritz salt and vinegar chips earlier today.
Yeah.
Usually when I'm eating something crunchy, he's right here. But he is
That's how you know, man.
Yeah, he's zonked.
Wow.
Let's see. Okay. Let me ooh, here's a question for you. Who was your first celebrity crush?
My first celebrity crush.
For reference, mine was Ashley Simpson.
Aw. I actually had a celebrity crush when I was 7.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So you can imagine 7-year-old celebrity crush. It's not even a celebrity. I had
George
a crush.
Clooney.
We're getting real here. We're getting real. I had a crush on the Rice Krispies cartoon, the brown-haired one.
Rice
Yeah,
Krispies
that's a
cartoon.
celebrity. That's the cartoon celebrity that I was like, he's so cute. I think
I'm gonna grow up and marry the Rice Krispie guy, the brown-haired one.
I think because he looked like the little boy that I had a crush on in actual school.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's.
Everyone can pick on me now. Thanks.
Let's see. I'm looking at a list of like fun
Mhm.
questions, and I'm trying to figure out. What's your dream job? If you weren't a reseller, if you weren't a stay-at-home mom, you could be anything you wanted. What would you be?
Probably an artist. Just like
You
doing.
are an artist. You
Yeah.
draw. You make your own thumbnails. You paint stuff. You made that background. I was gonna use the background you made me on Instagram, but I didn't have time to set up my green screen today.
Yeah.
But that's one thing we didn't talk about. We talked about your artwork. How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that since I was little, since I was so young, kindergarten.
In the
I've
womb.
always loved being an artist. Here come my kids. But yeah, just Asher, don't grab onto her, baby. Sorry.
Oh no.
You're all right. Hang on.
He's fine. Rub some dirt in it.
All right. We're all right.
We're fine. We're almost done. 3 minutes. 2 minutes.
Oh, she doesn't want to look. This is Isla.
Hello.
What are you eating? Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, I've been doing art since I was in kindergarten, literally, and I've always done it. Like to my detriment, probably. Like, yeah, you saying hi? Yeah.
Wow, so vocal. Oh my goodness.
Okay, it's food. That's good. My math teacher hated me because I would just doodle in math class all the time. So
you know, that's your passion. You know, I wish high school didn't last so long, and I wish instead of making everybody learn like the basics of so many things like physics and chemistry and algebra and stuff that very, very few people actually use in life. I wish like starting in 7th or 8th grade, you could just start to like only focus on what you're passionate about.
yeah,
I don't know. Just
I agree. I think they do that in some countries. I think I've heard that.
They should. They should. All right. Well, we will cut it here, guys. Again, go give Emily some love. Her channel is linked. Phoenix Flippers just linked it in the chat. It's also linked in the description of this video. Go give her some love. Subscribe. Let's try to get her to 1,000 subscribers. Why not? There's nothing else to do. Can't go thrifting. Can't do anything.
I know
So,
it's hard on YouTube, you know.
Yeah, just everybody go subscribe just for fun. But Emily, thank you so much for jumping on. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your hustle. I appreciate you just somebody in your situation really has to master the art of finding time pockets throughout the day, while the kids are sleeping or any free time. Like, you have to be working on your business, whether it be YouTube or reselling or babysitting. So
yeah, I don't even have free time. So
no free time at all. Any free time is watching The Office.
Exactly.
But yeah, thanks again for jumping on. Everybody go subscribe, give her some love. Like this video if you're here. 104 people watching, only 73 likes, 5 dislikes. Come on, guys. Why?
Psychopaths.
That's
what I say.
But thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks, Emily, for being here, and we will see you guys on the next one.